It is 10 o'clock of today. It's Friday, the 13th of April, and I am waiting for my students. This is the ninth tutorial with them. I have already sent the link to the emails and also in the Skype group, so I'm waiting for them to get online. Hello, Sophia. Good morning.
Good morning, teacher. How are you?
I'm fine. A little tired. It's Friday.
Can you imagine?
It was a busy week, but yes. And you, how are you?
I'm good, teacher. I have many homeworks, but it's okay.
I imagine, no? There are many tasks that are ending soon.
Yes, teacher.
I imagine. Okay, Sophia. So let's enjoy that you are here and let's see together this part. I was looking also into the exam. And actually, this last part, they say, ask for the bold part of the sentence. Okay? So, for example, we are going to do the first one together. This is aimed to review the WH question words. Okay? So
Okay.
the first one, they say, Billy ate an apple. And you need to replace an apple. Okay, so basically, good morning, Laura. How are you?
Good morning, teacher Paula. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. How about you?
I'm pretty good, thank you.
Okay, we are reviewing with Sophia. We are reviewing some questions that she had regarding the past simple test. Okay.
Okay.
So here, we needed to replace the bold part, okay? So basically, they said in the first sentence, you need to replace an apple. So what is an apple? Is it a place? Is it an object? Is it a fruit? Is it a time?
This is a fruit.
Aha. So if I am going to ask, then I can use, for example, what? What did Billy
Eat.
eat? Aha, exactly. because
Oh,
I am replacing the ball part, okay? Let's do together the second one. They say the children
children
played
played.
in the garden, okay? The children
Okay.
play in the garden and the ball part is in the garden. What is the garden? Is it a
Um,
place?
is this a place?
It is a place, basically. So how can I ask?
Where did the children play?
Excellent. Yes. Where did the children play? Exactly. Okay?
Because we asked for a place, yeah?
Exactly. That's the point. Then we have Laura came home at 6 o'clock. Okay? Laura came home at 6 o'clock. What can I ask here?
It's
Here,
difficult.
here the ball part is
At 6 o'clock.
exactly at 6 o'clock. So what is 6 o'clock? Is it a place? Is it a person? What are we asking here?
The hour when Laura come.
Exactly. When you say the right
Ah,
word and the word, So what can
um,
you see? What
when
can we ask?
when Laura come home? I don't know.
Yes, yes. When
Yes.
did Laura come home? Yes, exactly. Remember that every time you have the auxiliary did, you don't need to put the verb in the past form because did is already telling us that we are in the simple past tense.
Yes, teacher.
Okay?
Okay.
And we have, I think, two left. Yes, they say the boy read a book. Okay? And
The
the
boy.
boy part is the boy. So, how can I ask here? There are two possibilities with this one.
I don't know, teacher, but I think that is who read a book.
Yes, we
Maybe.
can, with who, we can leave it like who read, the simple past form, who read a book. This is one possibility, and this is used especially when we talk. When we talk, we want to be quick, okay, and pass the message, and sometimes try to be cool. So we avoid the auxiliary only with who. Who read a book,
Okay,
okay?
and the second.
Who did read a book?
Ah, with the auxiliary.
With the auxiliary. This specifically is when you write, okay?
Ah,
Okay. So here the purpose of the last part of this exercise test that you
mhm.
had is to review the WH words. Okay, what, when, where. I think there is one sentence left. Okay.
Yes, the five.
Uh-huh. They say this one. The girl wrote 5 letters and we need to replace 5.
Five. Um, how many
Yes. How many?
how
Yes.
many letters did
Uh-huh.
the girl write?
Very good. Excellent. How many letters did the girl write?
Right.
Uh-huh. Excellent. That was it.
Teacher, I do these questions, but in the exam all was a mistake. I don't know why.
Okay. Maybe you didn't understand what you had to do from the beginning.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Usually when they ask you to replace something that is in the complement of your sentence, you are required to think about the WH words. It can be in the simple past, it can be in the simple present, in any tense. Every time that they ask you to replace what is in the complement, usually you have, if it's an affirmative or negative question, sorry, a sentence, you have subject, verb, and complement. And usually we use the WH words to replace what is in the complement. For example, I ate a hamburger. Okay, so what can I ask?
For uh,
I can replace hamburger, for example. Laura, what would you ask?
What did you eat?
For example, what did you eat? Because,
Oh, who ate the apple?
exactly. Or for example, if I say I ate a hamburger yesterday, I can also ask, what can I ask?
When did you eat a hamburger?
yesterday.
Exactly. So I can replace either apple or hamburger, whatever I want to eat, whatever I ate, and the day also, when, okay? So this was the purpose of this last part of the exercise. Okay, so girls, tell me, how did it go in general with this simple past test? How was it?
For me, I think it was good, but I have a question.
Yes.
Uh, why, for example, if you make questions with what, with where, you have to use did. For example, where did you go yesterday?
Uh-huh.
Or what did you eat for lunch? But
Mm-hmm.
when you ask with who, you
Mm-hmm.
don't need to use did. For example, we have the example here. Who read the book? Who ate the apple?
Because in general, the thing is that who is like a particular WH question, okay, word, because who it already is implying the subject, okay.
Okay,
As it implies the subject, I can like directly go to the verb, okay,
okay,
and that's
okay.
I can say who did that, okay.
Uh-huh.
And usually I'm not going to hear who did do that. It's weird.
Yes. Yeah, it sounds rare. Yes,
It
that's
sounds
true.
it sounds it sounds like this is no. I'm going to say this only happens with who, and also with what when I ask what happened. Okay, I don't say what
Yes.
did happen because
Yeah.
I am trying like to see the subject, the core of the action, and then I go directly. This is how I understood it. Maybe you can something else. I don't know. Andres has already connected. So for me, I have understood that whenever you are looking for the subject of your action, you can go directly without the auxiliary.
Okay.
And the auxiliary is used in the other question words because we need to show in which tense are we talking.
Okay.
Yeah, is it
Yes.
a bit clearer for you?
Yes. Yes. It's clear, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, and in general you didn't have any other trouble with the test?
No. 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 I didn't.
Okay, was it a good review for you?
Yes. Yes. I
Okay,
get.
okay, great, Laura. Okay, and how about you, Sofia, the other activities of the test?
Okay, teacher. My score, I think, in general,
Yes.
was 25 correct answers of 35.
Okay.
Um, I think that again the same happened to me in the previous activity. In the
Punctuation?
Yes, I don't know why for some reasons many of the answers are well writing, but perhaps by the capital letter of the
Yes.
punctuation marks were not accepted. I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah, it is possible. If you see, for example, after the exercise that we were doing, they say before submitting the test, check the following. Got the spelling right? Put in the full stop or question mark where required. Okay, and if you need to do the apostrophe, you need to do something different, maybe that what you usually do. You need to add shift and the numeral. Okay,
Oh,
that's maybe why. If you see, this is at the end.
yes, teacher. I
Okay,
am. I am to write. Okay, teacher. But in general, I think that is a good test
Okay.
that helped me a lot to remember the use of the verbs when we passing them in a negative sentence or a question.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes, teacher, it's good.
Okay, great. Okay. How about you, Andres? And good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Well, I just entered, so what are we talking about?
We are in the step 1. You had to do a test about the simple past as assignment. This was the assignment for last time. Okay?
Okay,
This.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Okay, and how was it?
I failed in two exercises.
Okay.
Yes, I remember that say when you have to ask about the complement of the
Ah, the both.
sentence.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
uh-huh, the both
both
part.
because I wrote what time did Laura come home,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
and the correct answer is when did Laura come home.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But what time is also correct? Okay, but
Yes,
you
I wrote in that form, but it appears that it's incorrect.
because the computer is stubborn. That's why what
Yeah,
we have still jobs, as a human teachers. Humans, we are more
yes,
flexible.
yeah, I was surprised about that. And the other one, I think, is
Yes.
the next exercises. I wrote who did. I don't remember.
Read a book? Who did?
Write a book. Yes, who did write
Uh-huh.
a book? And it appears it's just have to say who read or who wrote write a book.
In this one was read. Who read a book? Yeah, we were discussing. I don't know if you listened to what I was saying to Laura, that who is a particular WH word because you can put directly the verb, okay? Because who is replacing the subject, okay? So
Yes.
you can, I don't know if you have studied that before, but as I understood it, is it possible only for who and with what when you ask what happened? Okay? Especially when you are talking, you can say, who did that? Who read a book? Okay? You don't actually need the auxiliary.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that, so I know it.
Yes, this is possible with who, as who is replacing the subject of your sentence.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Otherwise, was it good for you? A good review?
Yes, yes, it was very good review.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Okay, so today we are going to have a little break of grammar. Today, as maybe you saw on the PowerPoint presentation that I sent, we are going to talk about what are the different stages of life. Okay, and we have two main objectives. The first one is to identify the different stages of life and the vocabulary to talk about it, and we are going to reflect about life and the importance of each stage. So today we are going to be a little philosophers and talk about what is important in the childhood and emotions associated to each stage. Okay, so we have covered the first step, talking about the test, and I would like you to, without looking in the internet, just telling me what you think, what you know, what are the different stages of life, okay? What do you think, or what are for you, and in which stage are you right now? So please share with us. Who wants to go first? Yes,
Okay, teacher.
Andres. Mm-hmm.
Well, I've heard
Mm-hmm.
that there are some stages in life, and the most common are childhood,
Mm-hmm.
adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure how to say when older or elder people are in that stage. Because I have learned or studied that, for example, there are babies,
Mm-hmm.
children, teenagers, young adult, middle
Mm-hmm.
aged, older, and etc. But I don't know how to call like a stage.
Yes, we are going to see them. Maybe you are referring to the old age or to the elderly. We also say elderly
Ah,
when
right. Elderly, yeah.
when we are like 70, 75. Okay. Yes,
Okay, thanks.
very good. Andres, the others, do you know any other life stage different than to what Andres just said?
We have childhood,
Mm-hmm.
adolescence. I don't know.
Adolescence, adolescence.
Adolescence. I don't know if there is another word to say that stage.
Adolescents, no, we have teenagers. That
Teenagers, yes,
teenagers. Yes.
and adulthood.
Uh-huh.
Elderly. I don't know any other one.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Laura. How about you, Sophia?
Okay, teacher. I believe that life is one, and that
Mm-hmm.
we have on only a small cycle of beer, growth, and deep
Uh-huh. Birth. You mean birth?
birth. Yes, teacher.
Uh-huh.
Uh, um,
Grow
for
like
me
this?
is another word is infants. I don't know infants. The pronunciation
Infancy. Infancy.
infancy.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
infancy. Early childhood,
Mm-hmm.
teenagers, adulthood, middlehood, and late adulthood or of age.
Yes, the old age or the elderly. Uh-huh. Yes.
Is the state of elderly?
Elderly and old age is a similar stage. It's when you get more than 70 years, like when you have lived quite a lot.
uh, Teacher, I think that this stage of the most important.
The elderly, you mean?
No. Um.
The ones that you said.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. Thank you very much, Sophia. Yes. In fact, there are many ideas and conceptions about the stages of life. In general, we have like different stages that describe, as Sophia said, the cycle of living. Okay. So today we are going to talk about that. I'm going to give you some vocabulary, and then we are going to watch is a small, a very short video that has won a lot of prizes around the world. And we're going to talk about birth as like a first step or a stage of life. Then we have childhood. Childhood is like the general word. Okay. We have infancy, and infancy is more a technical term when you talk about education, about learning process. Infancy is like an infant. It's also words that we use in a technical environment. Okay. Then we have the adolescence, the adulthood. When you become a parent, it's the parenthood. In the past, people were very into having children. Nowadays, it's an option. No, it's like women. We are working a lot more than we used to do in the past. So some of us want children, some of us don't, and it's very respect. It's we need it's a completely how do you say decision, own decision to make. So then we have the middle age, around 50s. And then we have the old age, when you start really to get old and you have, your body starts to feel tired, then we call it the old age. And finally, we have death. Okay, I'm going to share with you also, this is a little summary. It's not exhaustive and it's not detailed in general, but it gives you already an idea of vocabulary and words that you can use to talk about the different stages of life. Okay, so I invite you to open it and see it. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
I had a question. What is widow? Widow?
Widow es viuda.
Ah, thank you, teacher.
Okay, and also a widower is the man, un viudo.
Oh, okay, okay. Yes, teacher. Thank
Okay,
you.
no problem. Okay, so here in this vocabulary, you have the different stages. Okay, so we have birth, a baby, a newborn, when you just receive your baby, and there is a word that maybe, I don't know, Laura, if you have seen it before as you work with children, the toddler, children that are not really babies. No.
Yes, I know the word.
Uh-huh.
Toddler.
So, do you like to work with this kind of children, with toddlers?
Yes, my experience and what I like the most is work with toddlers.
Okay, and why is that?
I don't know. I like it. I really enjoy the classes with this age, and also with children in 6 and 7 years old.
Okay.
But I work with kids until 11 years old. But
Okay.
when somebody asks me to give a class in adolescents or for teenagers, I am really scared. I don't, because if you say to little kids, sit down, they sit down. If you say stand up, they stand up. If you say sing, you sing. I like to sing, I like to play, I like to. Adolescents are like, they don't like anything. They are always in a bad, not always, but sometimes they are difficult. So I prefer, and my experience is with toddlers and children.
Okay.
And kids.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yes, we are going to talk today exactly about that. How are the different stages? As you said, when you are a toddler and small child, you are very open. You are discovering the world, so you are very receptive. With teenagers, I work with teenagers, and I can tell you that is challenging. It's really, so they have these humor changes. One day they are happy, the next day they just want to sleep or die. They are kind of depressive and bipolar sometimes. So it's difficult to get them motivated in a long term, and you have really been to be active and to understand them, have a lot of patience to work with them.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
And who is teaching the teenagers in your academy? Your husband?
Yes, my husband is teaching teenagers and adults, but when I asked him, for example, to give a class to the little kids, he said, "No, for me it's impossible. He can't deal with little kids." So
Okay.
he has been working with teenagers for 10 years. He has good experience with
With
that age.
them. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And you get used to it. For me, it's the same. I am used to work now with children from around 9 years old, and that's the youngest I have. Then I have the teenagers from 11 to 16 years old, and people that are over 16 years old that are already adults. So I am not, even if I have a girl, I understand also how your husband can feel when you get used to a specific group. If you have to take them to the toilet and do everything for them, it can be exhausting also. You have to have like the character, no, the personality to deal with them.
Yes, 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 it's true.
Okay, okay.
I,
And
I have
yes,
kids. I have kids from 3 years old, but I make sure before they enter in the academy that they go to the toilet by themselves.
okay. Yeah, because they are still learning, no, how to do everything.
Yes, 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 teacher.
Okay. Okay, and we have already started, but I would like you to discuss a little bit about these different life stages. Okay, so you can have a look on the vocabulary. And for example, what about birth? What emotions can we associate with birth? Or feelings also.
Teacher, with the first word, birth,
Birth, yes. What emotions, what feelings?
uh, I think that for parents is the emotion of seeing their child for the first time and carrying he or she because babies are very cute and
Yeah.
have the power to
Mhm.
unite families and to be always in love. Uh, when we are born, I
Mhm.
think that the whole family is happy, and
Mhm.
during our growth, we will always be cared for by man, and that is a cute stage.
Okay, yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Do you want to have children, Sophia, in the future?
Maybe in the future. For now, no, teacher.
No, you are too young still. You need to
Yes,
enjoy life.
maybe
Okay.
in more years.
Yes. First, you need to focus on your university and then you will see.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. What about you, Andres? What about birth? What emotions or feelings can we associate to birth?
Okay, I know that babies always want their moms.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Want they always want to keep attention what people that they have around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think the babies don't want to be alone. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because I know they are always learning, and they want to touch things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know that is stages, but
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The oral
yeah.
stage when they bring everything to their mouth.
Yes,
Mm-hmm. But they want, they want their daddies too. It's important. That figure is very important.
yes, I know that is really important because they recognize
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
objects, and they are always learning that's why.
And they recognize, when some people also talk about a stage that is the pre-birth, okay, the prenatal stage, because we already, when or we are in our mom's belly, we have all the feelings that she feel, we receive that. And sometimes our fears, our traumas, we have them since the pregnancy of our mothers. So it's like, as you said, we are always learning since day one. We are receiving everything. And do you want to have children, Andres, in the future?
Yes, why not? But in my 30s, I guess.
In your 30s. Yeah, 30 is a good age.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
The 30s is a good age to have a child.
Teacher, my net is not very good. I can't understand.
Let me write. I will say okay. And Laura, what do you have already children on your own? So what emotions did you have?
Well, those are the most I don't know, I don't find the word. The most
Exciting,
exciting, confusing feelings because, well, when you're pregnant, you're anxious, you are excited. At the moment of the birth, born is very hard. You say like, why did I do this? but but when the baby births, it's like the heaven. You feel like you are the most happy, the happiest woman, mother in the world. It's a moment when you cry, you feel a lot of beautiful emotions, but also you're scared. You feel scared because there's a challenge. All a baby is very you want to do everything okay. You want to take the best care, and you have a lot of doubts. It's good to do this, or is if I do it like this, if I you which is what is better for the baby. And it's very it changed your life.
Indeed.
Changed in for forever. It's the biggest change for a human being, I think.
Indeed, I totally agree with you. I remember I worked until I was like 38 weeks pregnant, and my boss and my colleagues would say, "Go home, Paula. You don't know, you need to rest." Especially the ones that were already mommies, go and sleep, do something to relax. As you said, I think that when I also felt anxious before having my baby, before giving birth, and the birth was okay, was a natural birth, but I felt scared. You don't know what you are dealing with. And
Yes.
when you have such a fragile human being in your arms, it's like, oh my God, what I'm going to do with her.
Yes.
I was afraid like to hurt her or do something that could go wrong for her. And then it becomes better when they get a little older and they start showing what is wrong and if they are hungry or they are sick.
It's easier.
It's easier, exactly. We know exactly, and for the next stage, the childhood, I think that teen you become a better person when you have a child, because you need to show them a good example. You can tell the person whatever you want, but they copy your example. Exactly what you do, they do it. Even if you say something different, they copy on you. It's
Yes.
incredible how they take into that. And let's talk about childhood. What emotions, feelings, activities do we have in childhood, Laura?
Me in childhood?
Yeah, or in general, or with your children, what have you seen?
Well, in childhood, for me, I think it's the easiest stage in life because you don't have to worry about big deals. You don't have to worry about uh, what are you going to eat. You have all in your hands. Your parents give you all. You have time to play. You The only responsibility you have is go to school
Mhm.
and help with some arts in at home, but that's it. You play. I think it's the for kids the playing time is the most serious thing.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
it's the way a child learns and it's the
Mhm.
way a child interacts and how it forms his or her behavior.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's a is for parents and for kids it's a quiet stage, I think.
Mhm.
E-
Mhm.
Even when you have to face uh, uh, accidents because the kids are not careful. They
Mhm.
are
Mhm.
always you have to be always taking care because the kids are not thinking in danger. They want to experiment
To explore.
and
Mhm.
explore. Yes, explore, that's the word. So when I was a child, I had those kind of problems. I really enjoyed my childhood because
Mhm.
I have sisters and brothers, and we lived in a farm.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
had a big backyard, and we used to explore. We used to make tents. We used to play that we were archaeologists, and it was very funny.
Mhm.
It was and I remember we hadn't responsibilities. We weren't always thinking and playing, and but we didn't realize sometimes danger in something. So
Mhm.
that we need our parents company and
Mhm. Mhm.
attention because childs are like this. They enjoy, but we have to always be attentive, be
Mhm.
watching at what they're doing, because always if you hear silence at home, something wrong is happening.
It's true. Mhm.
And I think that's what I can say about childhood.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. What about the others?
My teacher.
Yes, Sophia. Childhood.
Um, I think that in childhood we had a basic understanding of how the world works,
Uh
and
huh.
we exploring all that we see.
Mhm.
For example, I remember that in my infancy, I didn't have brothers or sisters.
Okay.
I always want to have a one, but
Okay.
I learned to live without them, without a brother or sister. That's why I am an animal lover
Ah.
because in my childhood I remember that always had a puppy. For example, I remember that I fully to have chickens.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
I don't know, hen.
Hen. Yes. Gallinas.
Yes,
Mhm.
gallinas. Yes, hens, dogs, cats, a pig, and
Ah.
iguana.
Oh, really? You had an iguana too. Nice. Like a little
I always
zoo.
have. Yes, teacher. I remember that it was a beautiful stage when I focus in my school, have good grades, my friends have improve my skills, practice sports. For
Mhm.
example, volleyball. I always love volleyball. maybe how to get along with other people. That is that I imagine when we are in the childhood.
Okay. Nice. It's a good thing that you had also a good company with the pets. I think that animals bring you a lot of fun.
Yes, teacher, and love.
Yes, and they have this unconditional love. Okay, thank you very much, Sofia. Andres, are you having trouble with your connection, right? Can you hear us?
Yeah, yeah. Sadly, I have very troubles.
Okay,
Very
well,
much troubles. Well, which stage are we in?
in childhood, we are talking about childhood. You can talk in general. What do you
Childhood.
think is childhood
That's the
about? Or
question.
you can share about your own childhood as you want.
Okay, childhood. Childhood is the best stage in the life.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because there aren't any worries. You just play, you just study, and I remember my childhood as the best stage of my life yet.
Nice.
Yes, and if you ask me about emotions and feelings, uh, oh well, I know, and you know, we are always learning. It doesn't matter what stage are we in. So, stage of childhood is how humans can socialize with other peers and classmates. And
Mm-hmm. Yes, Andres? Hello? The others, can you hear me?
Yes, tutor.
I think that we lost Andres. Laura?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I think that unfortunately we lost Andres. He was talking and we lost him. Okay, girls, in the meantime, while we see what happened with Andres, what about adolescence? We already discussed a little bit with Laura about this, but what else? What do you remember from your adolescence?
Me?
Yes, Laura?
Okay, my adolescence. Oh, well. My adolescence was a little different, I think maybe, from the other girls. I come from a Christian family,
Okay.
and when I was 11 years old, my parents decided to go to live in a Christian community, and I passed all my adolescence in this place. I stayed there until I was 18 years old.
Okay.
And my time there was very, I think, good. It was good. At the community, we had our own school.
Mm-hmm.
We were always very, very. We didn't have the opportunity or the option to interact with other people. We just were the community. I say, I I had friends, classmates, like, but they were only from the
The
community.
community.
Yes.
Okay.
Um, and we have a good formation.
Mm-hmm.
I learned English there because we had American people in this community, so they were our English teachers. So
Okay.
the English I have is from that place. Um,
Okay.
when I was studying like for 2 years with English, but until I was like 15. But then after that, I didn't continue studying English.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that okay. I think it was we had a good education there. We had because it was personalized the
Yes.
education we had.
Yes.
We were like 5 or 6 per grade, and we had rules, many rules, strong rules, like about our way of we only use, for example, skirts, long skirts, and
Okay.
we could have makeup and cut our hair like normal. We can have short hair, but we couldn't use trousers or pants, only skirts. Uh, but I really enjoyed my time there. I learned a lot about God, a lot about loving God, His purpose for our lives, and that I think it was the most important thing I could get from that experience. So my adolescence was good. I in that place I used when I finished high school. I started teaching when I was like 16. I started teaching this with toddlers in the
Okay.
community, in the
Okay.
community, and I was when I was in 11 and 10th grade. I was one of the best students of the school. So when I was in 11 and 10, I used to help with elementary classes sometimes. When the teacher couldn't came, they asked me to please give the classes, and I really enjoyed things like learning geography, history, learning English. Those were my favorite subjects. Spanish, grammar. I really enjoyed that. I really liked it, the school, and I enjoyed learning music because there I learned to play the guitar. I used to sing a lot there, and lead the worshiping, and I think that's a summary of my
Adolescent?
adolescence. Yes,
Okay.
I couldn't have any kind of boyfriends or or things like that.
Parties or
No, 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 nothing, nothing. Listening to music, no gospel music, nothing like that.
so only
Uh,
Christian music.
only Christian music. We could watch TV, but we had to watch uh, good programs and good
Okay.
content. And we used to watch a lot of documentals.
Documentaries.
Discovery, documentaries, History Channel. No, history. No, that time it was
National Geographic.
National Geographic, uh, and that's it. I think that's. But it was a good experience. I don't think nowadays. I don't think that it was a bad thing. For some of my friends, they hate that time, but for me, I think I could take the advantage, the good thing from that
You focus
experience.
on the good
Yes,
things.
I know there were things that they were some things that were not good, but because for example, when I finished high school, I couldn't go to the university. They didn't let me to do it. My mother
Okay.
me to go. I wanted to study music at that time. I
Okay.
remember that, but they didn't. The leaders of the church,
Community.
the community, they said no. It's another world. It's a bad world. You can go. You can. I couldn't go. But well, I think I from the community I met my husband.
Okay.
We became a boyfriend and girlfriend after the community finished.
Okay.
He was my first boyfriend, and he's my husband now. Uh,
Okay.
and I thank God for every day for him because he's a great husband. So I take the good things from that experience.
Okay. Thank you very much for sharing. It's an interesting path. As you say, it is somehow unusual, But as yeah, I think that in life we always have to focus on the good things. No, there are always good and bad things, but it's up to us. This is what we call resilience. No,
Yes.
mm, that's important. And
Yes.
the community was in here in Colombia.
Yes, it was in Colombia. It was in La Florida. It's a small town near to Bogota, like for
Uh-huh. Near to Siberia.
Anolaima, Cachipay. It's from
Okay.
20 minutes from Cachipay. You have to go Facatativá, and then
Mm-hmm.
Madrid, Faca, Zipacón,
Okay.
and Cachipay, and it's like 20 minutes from Anolaima.
Okay, okay. Oh, interesting. I didn't know there were such communities. But yeah, there must there are a lot of possibilities, no?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much for sharing. And Sofia, how about adolescents or Andres?
Yes, tutor. I think that adolescence is a age in which we have a lot of energy
Uh-huh,
one
uh-huh,
day, and the next day we didn't want to do anything.
uh-huh. Yes.
I think that we are building our identity.
Mhm,
We are studying, and we choose the maybe the profession that we want to be in the
mhm,
future, and
mhm,
the results of our life.
mhm,
Um, uh, I think that we think in the photos in our
mhm.
high school, and we are embarrassed for that.
You say, oh my God, look at me.
Yes, that's me. Because we tried on different looks and
Mhm,
identities that we later decide are right for us.
mhm. We are looking for who we really are, no? We are building our personality.
Yes, teacher. In my adolescence, well, I in my adolescence now, but I think that I'm not very good at being sociable and making friends because I'm
No?
very shy. But I always like to be at home and stay with my parents and my pets.
Mm-hmm.
I was always a good student at school.
Mm-hmm.
I really like to have a good grades, and I thought that I didn't give my parents a lot of problems.
Okay, you want to avoid trouble for your parents.
Yes, yes, teacher.
Okay, okay.
um, Maybe it's also a age that
Mm-hmm.
we have a lot of mistakes and learning from them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We make a lot of
Uh,
mistakes. Mm-hmm.
yes, teacher, we made mistakes and we have the first love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that in general is a age that we have a little of rebelliousness. Rebelliousness, yes.
Yes, you become a rebel somehow.
Yes, because we are building our identify and we didn't know that we want in the future. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's a good age.
It is. It is. Yes. Thank you very much,
That's all.
Sophia. Thank you for sharing. And Andres, how about you? What do you think about adolescents? Do you work with teenagers?
Okay, well, before I go again,
Yes.
um, well, adolescence is a crucial stage, I think,
Mm-hmm.
because in that stage you can to consolidate or you try to consolidate better personality, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I work with teenagers, and I often love when they say life is hard. And I think no, no, my friends. In your age, life is very good.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, at this age, I'm talking by myself.
Uh-huh.
I have some stages and moments of resignations
Okay.
because I could think, well, if I I have made this or did this when I was teenager or adolescent,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
could enjoy some things.
Mm-hmm.
because for shyness or what other people in that moment uh, thought about me, I didn't do.
Okay, okay.
So for that reason, I suggest, recommend, advise for my students that are adolescents that enjoy the life,
Mm-hmm.
but
Without,
sometimes they are really or very worried about the school,
yes.
and the school mm, tries to keep them very busy.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't or they can't enjoy the moment.
It's
I think
difficult.
that.
They are overwhelmed. No, in general, we see that they are too busy. That's something that I wouldn't like for my child. Is that sometimes, as you said, the school is given a lot to do, and we parents we want to keep them also busy. So they go to school, then they have music or they have dance and they have art, and they are completely busy that they forgot to live somehow.
Yes, right.
That they get stressed at the I have students that they don't sleep. Imagine they have already sleeping problems and they are 14 or 13. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, I
I,
mean,
yes, and before you didn't hear that teenagers or adolescents have now stressed.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
something bad, something wrong is happening with our system education.
Indeed. There is an article from Juan Lozano that it was about this. It was like muchas tareas y colegio disfuncional, something called like that. I think that it was after the Holy Week that he wrote that in El Tiempo. And it was very interesting to see that we are forgetting somehow that children need to live. Children, teenagers, youth need to live before life passes on. So yes, this is something that it's a big concern indeed.
Yes, and I think that's why most of teenagers, when they go to university, they are tired, and it's
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
And this is something when they I have seen here some cases of children that once they finish their high school they are fed up. They say, I don't want to study anymore, this is it, I want to be a farmer, and they put all these studies aside and they work maybe for 2 3 years, and then they start regretting. So, oh my god, no, what did I do? I was so tired, now I need to get back to study. And they start stressing because they start feeling that they are getting old and they didn't
Yeah.
like to the time to study, and they feel somehow frustrated. So yeah, I think that there are changes that need to be done in terms of our education. All this homework and all this work that we do sometimes are not very suitable for our children and for our students.
Yeah, right.
Okay, let's see for adulthood, parenthood, middle age, old age, and death. These other stages. I would like you first to have a look on the video, okay? That I'm going to share with you, and then we will come back because I love listening to your contributions. It's very important for me and nice that we discuss and we share all our experiences. So keep in mind these stages. I'm going to share with you the link. This is a very short video. I think that is like 1 minute or 2 minutes. And we will discuss about the other stages and the questions, okay? Let me know if you can open it. It's 2 minutes 19 seconds. It's not very long. Okay, perfect. The others, Brian and Sophia, do you want me to share it on the Skype group or can you see it from here, from the Hangouts chat? Great. Okay, take your time to watch it. And there are also some questions that I would like you to have in mind while you're watching it. So first, why do you think the film is called A Single Life? Then what's the film's message? This has to do what we were discussing with Andres. And how does the film make you feel in general? Is it funny? Is it depressing? Is it reassuring? Okay, so take your time, watch it, and let me know when you're ready. Okay. Okay, Sophia, yes. So, what's the film's message? For
What's the
you.
film message of what? Why do you think the film is called A Single Life?
Yes, sorry, the first one. Why do you
Okay,
think?
okay, teacher. I think that the title of of this short film is very true.
Mhm,
Because we have a life that we should enjoy and
mhm.
do the things that we like, making a good use of time because time time runs a lot.
Yes, it does. Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
we only have one life, and we should not try to hurry to see how it will go in the future.
mhm.
Each stage of our life is beautiful, and it's better to enjoy it with many experiences that bring us good memories. For example, a good try with the family. I don't know, something like that.
Yes, yes. Mhm. Okay, and what's the you already like talk also about the film message, but in general, what how does the film make you feel? How did you feel while watching it?
Okay, for me, this film makes me think about how important is to try to enjoy as much as possible each stage in which we are. For
Mhm,
example, youth, yes,
mhm.
youth,
Yeah,
or
youth.
teenagers
Ah,
is very, no,
youth.
sorry, Joe, juventud,
Uh-huh.
yes,
Youth. It's called youth.
youth,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, teacher, youth.
No problem.
Youth is very beautiful because we had helpful to fulfill our dreams.
Uh-huh.
And in the old age, for me, it's
Mm-hmm.
a very difficult stage because we lose little by little the ability that we had to do the things for ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we get sick and
Mm-hmm.
always we are tired and we are not able to do the things that we did before.
Mm-hmm.
But the important thing is to know how to lead a happy old age by
Mm-hmm.
enjoying the little that we do, the
Mm-hmm.
things, sorry, that we do.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the message that this film is that we should enjoy each stage in
Mm-hmm.
our lives. For example, of children, perhaps the life is more easy
Mm-hmm.
because they have a fewer responsibilities. When we grow, we begin to have to think about work, take care of a family, and be responsible for ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But when we get older, we cannot return the time to
Mm-hmm.
be in our younger years. Years
Mm-hmm.
that is impossible. We get sick to finally die. That's the reality. But the important thing is always be happy with what we do in our life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's all, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much, Sophia. Thank you. What about the others? Laura?
Well, teacher, I agree with all Sophia said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, we have just one life, and we
Mm-hmm.
have to live every day as it was the last day.
Mm-hmm.
We have to enjoy every stage,
Mm-hmm.
and I think when we find the purpose for our lives,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to enjoy and take the best of every stage. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that we are, if we get to the old age, it has to be a sad thing or a bad thing. I think if
Mm-hmm.
we have a good life, if we take the advantage, is it right saying
Yes.
that?
Uh-huh.
The advantage of every stage, uh, you you have, you can enjoy even your old age.
Mm-hmm.
Take the advantage is do the make the right decisions, take care of you, because if you don't eat well, if you don't exercise, of course when you get to the elderly, you are going to be weak, you're going to be sick, you're going to be you will want to die.
Mhm.
That's all you will want to do.
Mhm.
But if you make the right decisions, you can enjoy also your elderly or your old age.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I think this video make me think
Mhm.
that we cannot let the days pass without um, a purpose, a real
A purpose.
purpose.
Uh-huh.
Yes, because if you don't have a real purpose, you will be like the woman in the video. She
Mhm.
wanted to be younger, she wanted to have a baby, but she wasn't happy with any of these stages.
Uh-huh.
She
Uh-huh.
she wanted to be another, and she didn't enjoy
Mhm.
any one of these stages. So she finally died, and she didn't have a good life. And
Mhm.
so that's why it makes me think and realize that we need to have a real purpose for each day and enjoy everything, the good things and the bad things of life.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Indeed.
Not enjoy, not join the bad things, but try to deal with in the
Try
best
to
way.
deal with them. Yeah,
Yes,
as we were talking before, like try to see the good things, the positive things on each situation, no?
yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree with you both. There are important things to do in your during your youth and during your adulthood to have a better old age. And you talk about your food, the healthy food, taking care of you is something that is really important, and we don't need to postpone that. We need to do it since very little, like mm, trying to be active, eating healthy food, and also creating a good life quality. Not too much stress, not too much activity, not too many activities that don't give us the time to live. This is something also that I totally agree with you both. And Andres, what do you think about the video?
Well, for complementing what my partners have said,
Mm-hmm.
um, like a poetic way, uh,
Uh-huh.
the life lasts as a song lasts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's very important to recognize and to think about how we are living our lives,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
life is very short, and sometimes, or most of the times, with our worries, with our jobs, with our occupations, we don't realize about that the life is short. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so it's important to think. Sometimes I think it's not true, it's not real, but for example, are we doing like we like, or we are in the correct place where we want to be or to stay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's necessary, I think, some day or every day to think about those questions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Some,
that,
as you said, sometimes we are led by our routines. So we just
yes.
follow the things that we gotta do, we just follow. But as you said, it's important also to think about, am I doing what I really want to do? Am I feeling good with what I am doing right now? This is something important to do. You will see that when you arrive on your late 20s, you start thinking a lot about that. You start thinking, am I really doing what I want to do? Is it worth it? Is it
Yes.
really? I remember when I was in the university, when I was around my 20s, I wanted to discover the world. I wanted to see everything, to jump on a paragliding. I wanted to do many things. And when I arrived later on my 30s, the late 20s already. I remember we went with my friends to Montañita in Ecuador, and that was like our last single trip. And we said, okay, this is it. No more parties, no more craziness.
Okay.
It's time to be adults and to take responsibilities. and to
Yes.
So you will see it's something, but it's important to think every day, okay, what I'm going to do. Is it the good thing that I'm doing? Is it what is really, as Laura said, and also Sophia, you were talking, a purpose? What am I doing for me and also for the society? Okay, what I am bringing to this world also. And you said something at the beginning that is very related to the video. She has this like ancient disc player, and as you said, the life is lasts what our song lasts, no? So
Yes.
here in the video, this is also a similar. They make this comparison to music, no? We
Yes.
need to enjoy the process of dancing or enjoying the music while we have the chance.
Yes. I
Okay, and
agree.
thanks for sharing. Now, I would like you to think also. I think that most of us, we are in the adulthood. Well, maybe Sophia still, as she said, in the adolescence. But what do you think about adulthood? Is it something that you are enjoying?
Well, adulthood is a stage that, yes, of course we can enjoy, but also it's very demanding, especially when
Mm-hmm.
you work, you have kids, you have a
Mm-hmm.
family,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to make to organize your priorities,
Mm-hmm.
because if when you are an adult, you don't take in mind that it would be complicated, because
Mm-hmm.
you have to find the equilibrium,
The
the
balance.
the balance
Mm-hmm.
between your job, your family, and your time, as if you have a husband or a wife,
Uh-huh.
you have to 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 dedicate enough time to all of these parts of your
Uh-huh.
life. It's
Uh-huh.
very important, because
Mm-hmm.
if you are always working, your family will become a disaster. if you
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
if you only want to be at home with your family, you can't. Nowadays, mm, both daddy and mom have to work, because one salary is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's very demanding. It's
Mm-hmm.
very demanding, but if we organize our time, we are um, wise. We are wise,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
organizing our time and making and giving the importance that everything has. It,
Uh-huh.
it, it, it could be easier to deal
Uh-huh.
with.
Uh-huh. It's important, as you said, to have your priorities very clear. It's and create a balance. And we can also say that adulthood is a bit challenging, as you have to deal with a lot of responsibilities.
Yes, yes, of course.
And sometimes I think that at school, I don't know if you agree with me, but we, in addition to what we already learned, we should learn also about finances and also about how to deal, especially how to organize our time better, and to be able to deal with all these items, no, work, family, husband,
Yeah,
wife,
yes,
studies. Okay.
yes.
all this
It's
time management will be interesting to learn from a very young age, because not everyone, some people have this like with their characters, or they learn it from their parents, but some people don't. And you see, I have friends that, oh my god, they are like all the time running at the last minute, submitting the work at the very last, and this very stressful. And for me, it's not a life when you have to run in that way. It's not like, I always say, no, come on.
yes,
Breathe,
it's true. It's true, and you
breathe.
see, yes, it's true. If you don't organize your time, if you don't organize your priorities, you're going to be, you are always will be failing everything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
You would not do every. You cannot uh, fulfill now,
or succeed, maybe is the word.
succeed or complete
Uh-huh,
with
uh-huh.
with all your obligations and your responsibilities.
Mm-hmm,
Also, what you were saying about the economy, you have to also to administrate
mm-hmm,
your money. It's very important also when
mm-hmm,
you're
mm-hmm.
an adult, because you spend more than you earn, you
Earn
receive,
the,
you
uh-huh.
earn. Yes,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
it's another problem. So
mm-hmm. This is also that we needed, as I was saying, maybe we need to learn, because sometimes if the family has these principles of saving some money, or like saving every month, maybe, I don't know, 5% of your salary, maybe you learn it from your parents. But if you don't have the possibility, who is going to teach you? No, this is something that we have to consider also in adulthood, to respond for ourselves. To do that, we need to have the character, but also the means to do it. No, the money, especially nowadays, it's very important.
yes, it's true.
Okay, what about the others? What about adulthood? Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome. Thanks to you.
Yes,
Yes, Sofia.
I totally agree with Laura.
Mm-hmm.
In this stage, maybe
Mm-hmm.
we are studying at the university or maybe working at the same time, and
Mm-hmm.
you start to want to have your own things and work for
Mm-hmm.
them. I think
Mm-hmm.
that we become more independent,
Independent.
yes,
Independent.
independent of our parents and family, and we have great dreams to fulfill.
Mm-hmm.
We think more about working to cover all our needs and
Mm-hmm.
maybe looking for a partner, no,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, for a mate. Yes.
Yeah, you can say a life partner. Yes. Yes.
I don't know, teacher, but
Yes, yes, yes.
we
I
we
like
have,
I like that vision, not only saying like I want a husband, yeah, but it's better like a life partner, someone who
yes,
really
like a
is.
life partner for the rest of our life.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
We learn to see what are our priorities and do
mm-hmm,
everything possible to fulfill them. Uh,
mm-hmm,
Adulthood had many responsibilities, maybe including finding a home,
mm-hmm.
establishing a family or circle of friends.
Uh-huh. Friend circle, friendship circle.
Yes,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
getting a good job. That is the
mm-hmm,
most important thing for our for our life.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That is one, but not the only.
Yes, is one of the important priorities. Yes, this is one of the biggest challenge
Yes,
in adulthood, to find a good job, because if you can provide for yourself, you can have a home, you can have a life, more or less.
yes,
So sometimes, even if you study, sometimes it's not sure at 100% that you are going to have a good job. In the past it was different. Now it's a challenge to organize your own situation, to deal with the different circumstances, no?
Yes, dear. Yes, tutor. My mom says that in the middle age,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we will have economic stability. Yes,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
we enjoy more to do the things that we like. For example, traveling and discovering new places,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But you didn't enjoy all only to work for the money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You want to do something different
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in the
Indeed.
middle age.
In the middle age, yes. Usually in the middle age, people try to take the time that they couldn't take before, as they were busy with their children or with the studies or where they work, and they feel somehow free again to do the things that they couldn't do before, no?
Yes, teacher. That's true.
Mm-hmm. I agree with your mother. I like that way of thinking.
Thank you.
I would love to travel around the world. That's something. My dream is to like win the baloto, and I say always that to my parents. If I win the
Oh,
baloto one
it's a
day,
good
you
dream.
yeah, you wouldn't see me anymore. I will help some foundations for children and pets and like injured animals or abandoned animals, and then you wouldn't see me here in Colombia. I will like in Japan, in many countries.
Yes, tutor, I got you.
Only one backpack, my husband, my girl, and that's it.
That's all.
Thank you, Sophia. Yes. Okay, Andres, what about adulthood?
Well, adulthood is a very good stage.
Uh-huh.
As Laura said, you have now responsibilities like your job,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and try to prepare the rest of the life. I mean, with financing incomes, I guess.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
The But the most important thing in that stage is to enjoy the free time, not
Uh-huh.
only working. And this is a big mistake that most of the people commit,
Mm-hmm.
like me, for example. So it's good, and it's sad when you say goodbye to your home,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. I think that we can do both. No, we can work and, as Laura said, find the balance between, yes, you have your responsibilities and everything, but you also need to have a good rest and also see your friends and do something that gives a good feeling about life and do the things that you couldn't do when you were younger. Okay, I remember when I was a teenager, I am a short person, so people, I wasn't allowed to go to the discotheques or bars because I look younger than what I really was. So now that I am an adult, and I enjoy simple things like going to a bar and just having a beer or a cocktail, and those things I couldn't do it when I was younger.
Okay,
So
yes, yes.
it's important also to enjoy life and do, as you all said, we have more energy now than maybe we are going to have in the future. So try to deal with your responsibilities and also the good things about life. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Andres, thank you very much. Okay,
You're
people,
welcome.
for our next session, we are going to talk about, we have already discussed a lot about the childhood, the adolescence, and adulthood. We are going to see, you see on the assignment, on the PowerPoint presentation, we are going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of the old age, and finally the death. How do you see death? Okay, and we are going to discuss this more in detail during our next session. Normally that will be on Wednesday. If there is any change, I am always expecting the meeting from my little girl's school. So they say they maybe this is going to be maybe next week, but I don't know still for sure. I would let you know per email, okay? But normally we will see each other on Wednesday. Thank you very much for all your contributions today. It was very nice to know you also a little more, okay? I hope that you like the subject today.
Yes.
Yes,
It was,
Laura?
yes. No. I was listening to you.
Okay. So for our coming session, we are going to work more into a grammar topic. We are going to see the difference between the simple past tense and the past continuous. Sometimes it's confusing because they both refer to the past, but we will start with the discussion about the old age and death. Okay? I don't know if you have any comments or any questions to do.
No, teacher, just saying thanks. It was a very nice class.
My pleasure, Laura. I hope that you like the video. You can also use this video with your students if you want to. This is very short and very useful.
Yes, I will.
Okay, great. And thank you again for sharing. It was nice to see and to hear all the experience that you had. I always, this is something that I really appreciate doing my job, is to know people and to know the different experience that they have had and they have built their personality and the person that they are.
Yeah, okay, teacher. Thank you very much for this subject. I enjoyed it, and I also know my partners too. And yes, it's necessary to recognize and to talk about another things that make us humans.
Thank you, Andres.
Thank you,
Okay.
dear tutor, for this class. It's very useful for us and improve our pronunciation. And
Yes,
for all, goodbye.
goodbye. Have a nice weekend, all of you, and hopefully see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye, Andres.